Yo, what's up,
Did you
bro?
go check if he does research?
Bro, hold up. Let me at least get through the intro first, bro. Chuck dropped another Bleach video, bro. How strong is Byakuya? The boy Byakuya. Not quite a god tier, but he's a high tier in the Thousand Year Blood War. Pretty good. Um, so yeah, got some homies with me. Yo, Hybrid, yo, Prideful, and yo, what's up, Jay? So yeah, we about to watch this video. So, I don't think Clyde's in
Alright.
here. It's just solo Chuck, so we can compare this man by himself. But all right, well, let's just dive in.
The world of Bleach has multitudes of amazing characters that we're all dying to see once again in the Thousand Year Blood War arc, and one
Yes,
of them
sir.
is none other than the royal leader of the Sixth Company, Byakuya Kuchiki.
Drip.
The man who stood in Ichigo's way during the Soul Society arc, and who eventually
Whooped his
became one of
ass.
his most trusted comrades in the battle against the Espada and Sternritters alike. What is his story, his abilities,
Byakuya go
his best
crazy.
feats, and most importantly, how does he stack up in comparison to the other captains within the Gotei 13?
Okay, so this will be interesting because I don't know if Chuck has seen, or not seen, but read Can't Fear Your Own Worlds. Because it's slightly different if it's in Can't Fear Your Own Worlds, honestly. Everybody, especially for Byakuya, because he's used as the measuring beat stick, dude. Oh my god.
Well, let's go ahead and find out as I go over this widely popular character. This video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co.
Ugh, bro, respect my boy. My boy, respect for it, bro. You see that, bro? Use code Chuck to get $5 off, dude. Look at this man, bro. Good for Chuck! Good for Chuck! Use his code! Use his code! Use his code!
Thanks to his royal blood, Byakuya was a gifted youth and learned a lot from Yoruichi, one of Ichigo's masters that taught him Bankai. He's an excellent all-rounder as he is widely skilled in Zanjutsu, the sword combat style of Soul Reapers. Kido, the defensive and offensive spells.
By the way, I wouldn't really say Byakuya learned a lot from Eri. I wouldn't really say that. I wouldn't go that far, but alright, sure, buddy.
Like Hado 4, Byakurai, which shoots out a beam of light and resembles Frieza's death beam in a way. Bakudo 61, Rikujokoro, also known as the 6-rod light restraint, which he used to subdue Renji's rebellion and also used it to prevent a mind-controlled Rukia from hurting herself. He can also use Bakudo 81 Danku, a shield spell which he used against an Espada named Zomari. He can use dozens of other spells and could likely use the Forbidden Kidos or the Kurohitsugi, which, I mean, it's just amazing. It literally like bends time and space itself. Generally, Byakuya has a wide array of tools at his disposal, making him hard to take care of in battle. He's also widely renowned as being an expert on Shunpo, which is a Soul Reaper's evasion technique, and he is by far one of the fastest on Shunpo, which is a Soul Reaper's evasion technique.
I'm pretty sure he's saying evasion technique, and not really. Why didn't you just say their movement technique? Why are you saying their evasion technique?
And he is by far one of the fastest characters in the series. Every Soul Reaper has...
Yeah, sure. He's one of the... Sure. Yeah. Sure. Sure, I guess.
As a Zanpakuto, their blade that is basically part of their soul. And for Byakuya, his Zanpakuto is called Senbon Zakura, which is so elegant that when released, the blade separates into millions of sharp petals that can attack omnidirectionally. And Byakuya can double the speed of these blades by simply moving around his hands. And it also has a safe zone around the user to prevent injury, but it can be modified as need be. The thing that makes a Senbon Sakura so awesome is that it isn't just restricted to one form because it has multiple of them. In the battle with Ichigo, Byakuya unleashed his Senkei Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi, which he claims is the blade's true form, where it abandons all defense and focuses solely on attack by encompassing the enemy in a field of thousands of swords. According to Byakuya, the Senkei ability explosively increases the blade's lethality, implying that it further amplifies or increases its power. Which is very interesting because according to Yoruichi, A Bankai
Chuck's
has a
actually getting
power
something
of
right in a video.
Hmm?
I said Chuck's actually getting something right in a video
Yeah.
about
He's doing pretty
Bleach.
good.
5
Yeah.
to 10 times stronger than a Shikai. So I wonder if this Senkei Senbon Sakura further multiplies it on top of the Bankai multiplier, or if it is included with the Bankai multiplier.
Once he goes Bankai itself, that's it. This is a technique he uses within Bankai. But the Bankai amp itself is just another amp. Like this is another like facet that he like developed for his Bankai. Like it's like Ichigo like Getsuga Tensho, and like him using like a ground racer or Getsuga Tensho. Like just because he's using a ground racer or Getsuga Tensho like while in like Bankai or well not Bankai yet, but Shikai doesn't mean it's like for example a Shikai ability. It's just an ability he's using. Thumbs up check. Should have asked Clyde about that. He could have told you. If I would presume he would know that. I think.
If that makes sense. During this time, Byakuya couldn't use all of Senkei's blades like to attack a target, but after he got his ass kicked and essentially trained a lot, he was able to use them all in an offensive manner, like he did against Gerard Valkyrie. So if you have read Bleach, you know that one of the main conflicts, the Soul Society arc, happened because Rukia was going to be executed for saving Ichigo's life, which was against the law for some reason, right? And Byakuya stood in defense of this law and was gonna be like, yeah, my sister's gonna die, but it's the law. I have to enforce it. So that is why Ichigo decided to fight him, and that is where we get one of the best fights in the series, which is Ichigo against Byakuya. Anyways, this battle was crazy, and
Battle
they
was
were
pretty
going toe to
saucy.
toe for a while, but eventually Ichigo was getting the upper hand because he did have superior speed with his Bankai, and Byakuya was finding it really hard to land a decisive blow on him, and even when he launched like his millions of petal blades at Ichigo, he batted all of them away like it was nothing, and Byakuya was in trouble for sure. Unfortunately for Ichigo, since he was leaking out so much spiritual pressure and his body wasn't used to that yet, it basically taxed his body and it made him really tired to the point that he lost a lot of speed, and Byakuya was able to basically win that encounter right then and there, but then Ichigo was like,
I don't know why you're describing the fight like this, because that's not the order the fight goes, question mark. It's Ichigo literally being able to neg Byakuya anytime he wants, and then him slowly getting tired, and then Byakuya just pulling up like, bro, you're like nearly getting tagged now, bro. You slowed down. My speed hasn't increased at all, bro. It's you. You're getting slower.
oh wait, plot power up, and it is obviously the hollow mask that was trying to come out of him. And with this, like, he slashed at Byakuya, and even though Byakuya basically lost the battle as a whole, he was still able to take multiple Getsuga Tenshos that were amplified by a Bankai Hollow Mask Ichigo. So this speaks like volumes about Byakuya's durability. But then Ichigo regained control and he's like, okay, like, that was not me, that was literally just a fluke, like, let's do this, like, in style. So they charged up their final attacks, and this is where Byakuya uses another form of the Senbon Zakura, which is called Shuke Hakuteiken, which looks damn elegant. Which was unable to pierce Ichigo's final attack, but he still gave him a really tough fight. Once again, it's unclear if this ultimate form of Senbon Zakura further multiplies Byakuya's cutting power or if it's included with the Bankai multiplier, but if so, this means that Byakuya's, like, attacks are certainly more than 10 times stronger if we're going just off the regular multiplier, and it would make sense going by later feats. Regardless, he was still relative to Ichigo and would skill to his feat of countering the Sokyoku Blade, which according to Aizen and the guidebooks, has the power to destroy the Sarete, which is an immense city that resembles a country. Following his defeat, Byakuya reveals to Ichigo, which is an
If you're using this feed, why are you mentioning this and using the Serete and not, bro? What? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Okay, Chuck. Okay, Chuck. Well, actually, no, Chuck. Actually, no. If you're going to do this, why didn't you literally just mention, oh, mountain level, the freaking mountain level calcs, bro? Toshiro. Scale them to Toshiro. Boys in the Discord?
Yeah.
What y'all think?
Look, maybe he doesn't like Tosh. Maybe he doesn't.
I actually don't think he does. Do I ironically don't think he. I'm not even like joking. I don't think he does, if I'm remembering correctly.
The
Because
world of Bleach has multitudes of
because whenever he went into a hub server, like he did not seem to like Toshiro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Which boop 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 boop. Boop.
I mean, I can
Dup.
see why normal Toshiro, but adult Toshiro is another thing. Completely.
execution
Bruh. Oh, here it is.
the
This is where
Sarate,
it's level.
which is an immense city that resembles a country. Following his defeat, Byakuya reveals to Ichigo that he basically didn't try to stop Rukia's execution because it was against the law, and he claimed that if the royal families didn't uphold the rules, then who would? And as much as it pained him, he was ready to basically let his sister go, and one may think that Byakuya was being unreasonable, but the whole reason that he vowed to not break the rules again was because he broke the rules at first, because he married someone from the Rukongai, which is basically not where the nobles live, right? So because he married someone that was outside of a noble class,
by
this
the
was
It's the
Wi-Fi.
poor people. Hmm?
Man,
Well,
prideful getting one-shotted by his Wi-Fi connection. Bruh.
bruh, probably getting obliterated, but
Bruh.
this is basically because our boy Byakuya married somebody from the ghettos, bro.
Use the videos though.
Hmm? Y'all can't see the video,
No.
bruh. No, no. How about now? How about now?
Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm literally clicking fucking watch screen and it's not working.
Bruh.
Okay, now I can see it. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I hate like he did say like this is a power scaling video, right?
No, it's just Byakuya in general, I guess.
How
Well,
strong
it
is
is how
Byakuya?
strong Byakuya is. From what? What's the comment?
Nah, it's just like yo, like if it's a how strong is Byakuya video, then what's the point of actually talking about like his like the history about his story? I can just watch another YouTuber do that instead. Like kind of
Um,
like a huge waste of time. In my opinion, it's a huge waste of time because like if people are gonna click on this video, they just want to see how strong Byakuya is.
you know what? Because well, he's trying. I guess he's trying to like sprinkle things in. You know, like because he was just like, bruh, dude. Well, it's like, bro, it's like
It's just
6 minutes
bad
until like he
content, in my
says
opinion.
like I guess it's like 6 minutes until he actually like says a feat for
Anything,
Byakuya, like
anything good
to
for his
scale.
video.
No, he's just describing like his abilities and stuff. Like right
I
now.
don't care. I can literally go to the freaking Bleach wiki for that.
Uh,
was seen as taboo, and Byakuya was like, yeah, I'm not gonna break the rules again. Over time, though, he grew closer to Rukia, treated her with love and respect. He wasn't like a anymore. He was still pretty apathetic though, which is what I love about him as well. But he also accepted Ichigo as a comrade, and that's always awesome. Following his defeat at Ichigo's hands, Byakuya realized that he had to get his into gear and started training hardcore, which did pay off once he was called out to Wekamundo alongside Kenpachi, Unohana, and Mayuri to take care of the Espada. Anyways, Byakuya pulled up to Zamari, who was about to kill off Rukia after her battle with Aroniero, who was another Espada. And this Zamari fool was really nasty because he was not only like the fastest base Espada, but he was also the fastest Sonido user, which is kind of like the equivalent of Shumpo. And he also had an ability which allowed him to control people by placing a stamp on them using his eyes, and can further amplify this amount by using his Resurrección, which is basically like an Espada's equivalent to a Bankai. And without a second's hesitation, Byakuya, as soon as he was hit by this attack, he was like, hell nah, that shit. I'm gonna slice my own tendons off so I don't like hurt myself, right? And he did that. But honestly, who was really worried in this battle? I mean, Byakuya just, releases Senbon Sakura Kagayoshi and sliced him apart like it was nothing. And he really only killed him because he dared to hurt Rukia. But anyways, it was a really good fight because it showcased that Byakuya
Clean.
as such, not the strongest one by far. Yeah, Zamari was only the 7th Espada, and as such, not the strongest one by far. But he was still the fastest one as revealed in the guidebooks. At least it would apply to base at least. I don't think that Zamari would be faster than 2nd stage Ukiora, but
Why not?
Ooh.
Why not?
No, the Ukiura
Why not?
slant.
Why not? Why not? I need answers. Why not? I need answers. What's going on? Nani?
Bruh. Oh.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Yo, I heard
if you-
Ukiora and my brain just shut up.
Yeah.
Like I might discuss the actual topic another time. But why not, Chuck? Why don't you tell us?
But yeah, I mean, you can interpret it that way, but let's just say that he's at least faster than the other base Espada, which is still really impressive given that Stark was nasty enough to keep up with Shunsui, who is also really nasty at Shumpo. So yeah, this would just further amplify that Byakuya is a really fast character if he's able to keep up with this fool like it's no problem. And to further cement that Byakuya like really trained his ass off, he was able to defeat Yami alongside Kenpachi. And this is really crazy, and for some people, like, this might not be really believable, but Yami is actually the strongest Espada, at least in terms of raw power, right, if you want to put it that way. Because, I mean, he is the number 0, and he literally stated, like, he is stronger than all of these. Yeah, he doesn't really know how to sense spiritual energy, but, I mean, he stated it, and it is pretty accurate because the guidebooks say it as well.
He does know how to sense spiritual energy. Very sus. We literally see him sense Ukiora, and when he dies, what are you talking about? Well, like what are you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about?
And I mean, you could argue that Stark or Ukiora could beat Yami because they're faster or like they're more intelligent. That's
Why are they faster? He's fighting Byakuya. Byakuya blitz Zomari. He could keep up with Zomari. He's the fastest. What's going on? I'm confused. I'm confuddled.
something else for another day. What I'm trying to get at here is that Byakuya was taking this battle really lightly against Yami, right? Like, he didn't even seem really pressed. I mean, he used his Bankai, but he wasn't, like, worried in the battle, right? Byakuya went from getting his ass beat by Ichigo to fighting an Espada who is way more powerful than the Grimmjow, who beat the hell out of a Bankai Hollow Mask Ichigo, who was already stronger than the one that beat Byakuya. So, yeah, he trained his ass off for sure. Oh yeah, and something really interesting is that in the battle, like, Kenpachi was basically telling him, hey, like, Byakuya, you finish him off, right? You do it, you know? And Byakuya was like, why are you, like, a barbarian like you telling me what to do, right? And Kenpachi's like, what? Like, what you say, you know? Like, you wanna, like, throw down hands? You wanna, like, go in, or what? And then Byakuya was like, yeah, bro, let's do it right now. And they started clashing, and Kenpachi even says I've always wanted to have a fight with you. And this kind of like implies that they have like a rival-esque like relationship in a way. And I don't think this is far-fetched at all because in the 1,000-year Blood War arc in the manga, when Unohana is talking to
Um, I just want to say, put some respect on Yami's name. Both of these niggas were unconsciously working together, and they had serious wounds. All right, buddy. Also, Yami could have even got angrier, dude, and gotten even stronger. So yeah, this wasn't even like full potential Yami right here, bro. He could have gotten angrier, bro. Put some respect on Yami's name, bro. Put some respect on Yami's name, bro.
and Byakuya was like, "Why are you like? You wanna like yeah, bro, let's do it. Let's do it right now." And they started clashing, and Kenpachi even says, "I've always wanted to have a fight with you." And this kind of like implies that they have like a rival-esque like relationship in a way. And I don't think this is far-fetched at all because in the 1,000-year Blood War arc in the manga,
But
when
Yuri,
Unohana is talking to Kenpachi
MVP.
about rivals, she actually has Byakuya, Ichigo, and Renji in mind. I'm not gonna say that Byakuya was stronger than Kenpachi during this time, but I would say that they were at least very comparable to each other, and that is really huge. Okay, now we get to the Fullbringer arc, which is basically where Ichigo had
Bruh, just say the lost agent. I don't know, bro. When people say the full bring and like it's cringe to me, dude. I don't, bro. It's cringe to me, bro. It's cringe to me. It's like somebody calling the 1,000-year Blood War arc the Quincy arc, dude. Like the Quincy revival arc, bro. Like it's like somebody calling the freaking Arankar arc the Hollow Mask arc, bro. Like what the freak? What? 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 Bruh. No. Alright, it's so cringe.
to deal with another like substitute Soul Reaper. You know, the Fullbringer arc, not really that important, but there was a really cool character who was Kugo Ginjo's right-hand man, known as
Not important, he says. Develops Byakuya. Shows the development of Byakuya's character, my G. So his scene in the 1,000-year Blood War arc works, bro. We need Tsukishima to win, bro. Tsukishima not there, bro. We lose. We lose if Tsukishima not there, bro. If Tsukishima not here, it's over. We lose. GG's. No read. Yuha not playing. He's not playing, bro. He's not playing. Aizen would have gotten folded, bro. Aizen did get folded. Aizen got folded. Put some respect on the lost agent arc, bro. Chill. 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 You killed the entire reason you're even able to get back up. Man.
Shukuro Tsukishima, who had a really overpowered ability that allowed him to basically insert himself into someone's past and could basically manipulate them going off of that. And while the stage was set and before the battle began, Byakuya was like, it was a really good thing that I'm your opponent because, you know, Ichigo would give you compassion and Kenpachi would just rush in like a moron and I don't know what would happen, but he says like, it's really good that I'm your opponent. And Byakuya is like, I'm just gonna keep my distance. I'm not letting you touch me, bro. Keep that away from me, please, you know? So they were like straight up on quarantine mode, like, you know, even before it was like necessary. But yeah, he didn't want to touch him. But unfortunately, Tsukishima did have hands, and he eventually did grab a hold of him and inserted himself into his blade, and claimed that basically all of Byakuya's abilities and techniques would not work on him because he had seen all of them before. But this is where it gets nasty because Byakuya doesn't care if you know what his abilities are. But generally, it was a really good fight. Tsukishima was pressing Byakuya, but it seemed they were pretty equal up until Byakuya was forced to reduce his, you know, safety area, which as I mentioned, you know, he has like this radius around him that protects.
Y'all say something?
Yeah, it could have been a perfect time, like if he read Can't Fear Your Own World to actually talk about Tsukishima's ability.
Dude, it could have been, bro. I don't think
It
he's.
could have
I
been a
don't think he
really good
has.
idea. He hasn't read it yet. I think I I think this man probably just thinks that like what's it called again? That his ability works the other way.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Well, at the At the end, we'll see if he's seen Can't Fear Your Own World, because Can't Fear Your Own World just everybody gets the scaling there, dude. Everybody gets the scaling.
Attacks him from his own blades, but he can basically modify it to be smaller and smaller, which allowed him to hit and pierce Tsukishima's chest and basically win right then and there. But anyways, after that, Ichigo beat Kugo Ginjo, and everything was fine and dandy up until the Stern Ritters came, and that was not really nice for
That crisp
Byakuya.
animation. Oh,
So during the initial invasion, a bunch of crazy went down, a bunch of people died, and the one who called dibs on Byakuya's Bankai was none other than Asnod,
the
the
goat.
creepy-ass Stern Ritter that strikes instinctual fear into his victims. And unfortunately for Byakuya, he was cut down by his own Bankai. Pretty ironic, right? But this moment was very crucial because everyone thought that
Obliterated, bro.
he died,
Look
and
at
I think
this
he was
man.
originally...
Bro, look at this man, bro. Dude, is that his spine, bro? Wait a minute, bro. I ain't see it like this. Wait a minute, bro. Is that his spine? Yo, this
Yeah,
nigga
yeah,
don't,
no,
bruh.
no, like when it's not colored, you can literally see his spine. It's the same.
Yo,
He got the Soul Society Ichigo treatment,
dang, bro.
pretty
His
much.
chest
Yes.
caved in.
meant to die, but Byakuya fans had a lot of outcry, and they, basically drove Kubo into being like, okay, I'll bring him back, and I'll have him barely survive. So
They went crazy, bro. Death threats to all the voice actors and stuff, bro. Then death threats to him, the team, the staff. They're going crazy, bro. They're going absolutely insane.
Wrong with
I'm pretty
Bleach
sure
fans?
this is the point where he got driven off of Twitter. This is where he deleted his Twitter. I'm pretty sure it was
Bro.
like here, like because of Byakuya. It might have been before, but I'm pretty sure it was because of Byakuya.
Byakuya has Focus Band on. Like, that's awesome. He barely survived that with 1 HP. I don't know how he did it, but he
Good
did
joke.
it, even though
I like the Pokemon reference. I'll give that to you, Chuck.
all of his organs got shredded to bits. But the thing is, this was actually a blessing in disguise because not only did Byakuya heal up and become stronger than ever, but he trained and refined his Senbon Zakura and became much better with it. Although he didn't fight Asnod directly, he assisted Rukia by shredding his whole Standig space to pieces, and even went as far as thanking Asnod for basically forcing him to get better with his Shikai, and, basically just become far better than ever before. And it's pretty well evident because Byakuya also basically off-paneled 3 Stern Ritter. One of them being Robert Akutron, who was able to wound a Shikai Shunsui, the same one who literally fought Amped Lily Baro, who was already strong enough to take care of Squad Zero. He also defeated Nanana Naja Coop, who was able to temporarily paralyze Aizen for like 5 minutes, which, knowing Aizen is really hard to do. And he also defeated Candace Catnip, who is basically one of the strongest Quincy girls out there. And other characters make note of this. They're like, wow, like his combat ability like is crazy. But this is really like awesome for Byakuya because, for reference, only Kenpachi in the initial invasion was able to defeat 3 Stern Ritters. The other ones couldn't even defeat one or barely stalemated. Eventually, Byakuya faced off against Gerard Valkyrie with his homies, and they cut him down pretty easily. And by this point, Gerard was strong enough to take care of Squad Zero. Unfortunately, thanks to the miracle ability, Gerard basically came back stronger than ever before and turned whatever damage he received into HP. So he became that strong thanks to Byakuya's final attack. So Byakuya pretty much made a monster because this Gerard was able to clash against Shikai Kenpachi and later survived and basically regenerated from Bankai Kenpachi's attack. So Gerard Valkyrie was definitely no pushover. So the captains thought the only way to defeat Gerard was to basically slice his body apart to pieces until there was basically nothing left. And in combination with Toshiro's ice, Byakuya unleashed his Senkei Senbon Zakura Ika Senjinka to slice Gerard Valkyrie into chunks. And it seemed to work, right? Like, they killed him, but no, Gerard Valkyrie came back and became even stronger than ever before. So, they couldn't beat him, but they still put up a really good fight. And if even Bankai Kenpachi like had to help you and you still didn't win, like you tried your best. Like they had Kenpachi on their team. Gerard Valkyrie is
Okay, and bro, they had Tosher on their team, bro. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Byakuya and Toshiro right up there, bro. Even more impressive, bro. He absorbed the power from Bankai Kenpa. Bro.
just way too nasty. But you know, that fool is basically Doomsday. What can you do? In conclusion, I would say that Byakuya, you know, due to him being shown as being comparable to, you know, Kenpachi and also like Toshiro's refined Bankai, I think that he would be like in a tier I would call a pseudo war potential, you know, that increase a lot in power. They could take care of like the really elite like Stern Raiders, but they weren't quite there at the god tiers yet. But I'd say that he is at least above Sajin Komamuda and Soifan, Kensei, you know, just to name a few. To be honest though, I still see Kenpachi and Shunsui as being above him because they do have better feats, and Kenpachi is as being above him, you know, just to name a few. To be honest though, I still see Kenpachi and Shunsui as being above him because they do have better feats, and Kenpachi is just a monster. Like he
In the 1,000-year Blood War, Byakuya is stronger than Kenpachi. What are you talking about? And Shunsui, most definitely in the 1,000-year Blood War, is weaker than Byakuya. I most definitely don't think you've read Can't Fear Your Own World. And even in Can't Fear Your Own World, Shunsui is equal to Byakuya. So, I don't know about that one, Chief.
he's on a whole other level, but I mean they are still within a comparable
Reacted to Amp Gerard and his ability to cut through him.
tier. I
Okay, that's what Kenpachi does.
do think
well.
that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kenpachi, me and Clyde did do a video on Kenpachi versus Byakuya, so if you want to see that, you know, definitely check it out. We go pretty in depth on it. But anyways, I think that Byakuya, I think he's one of my favorite characters. I love the symbolism that he is supposed to represent, like Soul Society's like laws, and how Ichigo really disliked that. He wanted to change that, and Byakuya changed from that, you know, from that whole encounter, and decided to grow more close to like his sister and was more of a chill character. So I think he was very fleshed out, you know, and I like his character development. Definitely a cool character. And with that, you know, I just wanted to thank you guys for watching the video. Please check out
Nigga, this video. This bare bones. The freak is this? The freak is this?
I told you.
Try, try, try. Nah, actually, nah. I'm not gonna hit him with the trash. Mid video. Chuck, mid video.
Honestly,
Mid.
would have rather watch a Honcho video.
Honestly, yeah, that would be more entertaining. But yeah, man. Any comments?
It was like a weird narrative talk more than a power scaling. At least that's how I perceived it.
I can see that. I can see that, honestly.
Yeah. But
Yes,
overall,
so. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Go on. Go on, my boy. Go on. You got the floor.
Okay. I think his SCP videos and are more consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Those are more entertaining.
You know
Yeah.
what? So, people want me to watch an SCP video. I need to do that at some point. Alright, but this video is over. Goodbye. 33 minutes. Jeez.